Howdy and welcome back to the channel. I am Country Boy, and today we're going to be soaring high above New York City, and then we'll be opening up Lexington from NECA. Welcome back to Whatcha Figure. This is Lexington, the final gargoyle that I really needed. There's a couple maybe I'll kind of toss and intersperse in from here and there, the Cold Stone, maybe I'll get him. That's a bad guy though, but I'm talking about the main gargoyles. Like I got Broadway, I got Brooklyn, I got Hudson, I got Goliath, I got Demona, I got Bronx. Now I got Lexington, the Donatello of the group, if you will. The brains. He does machines, he's a smart guy. And I was always wondering, how are they going to do his wings? I've seen pictures of how they do his wings. I think that's probably the best way they could have done it. But I'm going to talk about it in person and see what my opinion is of it, if I like it or not. It can't be much worse than the other wings, which are huge and just take up so much space. So I guess, without further ado, let's get to looking at the packaging. And here is the box for Gargoyles Lexington Ultimate Action Figure from Disney, as you can see. And NECA makes this, obviously. But this artwork is an original artwork I do believe that they make in-house at NECA. It looks really cool. Like, it's got Lexington with his white eyes looking really scary inside of a big old clock tower, it looks like. Then you can see like some laser guns are going to be shooting at him or something like that. They're trying to get rid of the gargoyles or something. You can see actually some lasers actually are tagged onto him right there. So really cool looking. I love the way this looks. Let's go to the side here and you can see Lexington's figure right there. That's the one that NECA made. Gargoyles, NECA, it says. Yeah, that's the side. Let's go to the back. And then there he is with his nicer, kinder eyes. This is, you can see he's obviously the tech guy because he has this remote control and he's got a headset and whatnot, but you can see all the other figures that come in this line as well too. I got a bunch of these guys, not all of them, but a bunch of them. And let's go to this side here. We got another image of the figure, Gargoyles NECA. There you go. And then let's go to the top. It says 14 and up, so make sure you are of age. And then we'll go to the bottom. And like they like to put the credits for the people responsible for this figure. So go ahead and give them the credit they deserve, everybody. These are awesome figures. Open it up, and here we go. We have Lexington on top of a church, it looks like. It looks like the similar one that they would have used for the gargoyle, the bat gargoyle. I wonder if it's the same one. It might not be, but maybe I'll do a comparison shot if I can find it somewhere. That's what it looks like, totally. And then you have Lexington right there in all his glory right there. Looking really cool. So I guess there's nothing left to do but to get into the packaging. Boom! Here is Lexington out of the packaging. And I'm loving the way this guy looks. He has a great look. He definitely has that cartoony look to him, but with a little bit of extra detail, I'd say. Before we get to looking at the actual figure itself, though, let's look at some of his accessories, starting with his hands. So we come to 4 extra hands on top of the 2 he's already got on his person. So these are 2 kind of pointing hands. This one's definitely a pointing hand, you could say, with definitely the single finger out there, pull my finger sort of idea. This one, not so much pointing. It's more of a relaxed point or just reaching forward, whatnot. But the coloring looks really cool. It's got like a sickly green, I guess, and that's kind of what he was in the show. Maybe not quite this green. This is more of like a yellowy green. But I think he definitely will stand out, and it does look like Lexington that I know and love from the show. And it's got decent detail. Like it's got some like vein work on the hands, and got the claws for the fingertips. Really well done. I love the way these are looking. These are awesome looking hands. So then we'll go to the next set of hands, which would be these 2 fists, and same idea. Same green color. Got the claw going on right there as well too. The exact same level of detail with the veins and everything like that. So decent looking hands. And then it comes with these other accessories right here. Let's go with this one right here. So it's a headset. So I guess this is when he needs to talk to somebody and he's like the man in the chair sort of thing. He puts on this headset, or maybe this is just for when he's playing video games and he wants to call out shots or something like that. Man on the rooftop, whatnot. That's what this is. It'll go good on his head. I think I don't know if I'll have him with it because I'll probably have him with his yelling head. But it looks really cool. And then he also comes with this remote control. I can't remember the episode that he had this in, or episodes, but it looks really cool. It looks like a remote control should. You got the 2 joysticks, you got the light there, you got the long antenna. Really cool. And then, oh, look, zoom in a spot to put batteries in. No, I'm just kidding. There's no batteries. But yeah, this is definitely what a remote control would look like. I can't remember what he was controlling, but that is, yeah, that's what that does. That's what that's for. And then he comes with these arrows over here. I'll just show you one arrow, but it comes with 4 total. So these arrows are in decent looking shape. Looks like I got the frill over here is a different color than the actual bit right here, what you call it, the arrow part, the wooden part of the arrow, I guess. And then the tip, the metal tip, looking like an arrow does. Similar to, I think, the arrows that I would have got with my Splinter crossed with Van Helsing. I don't know if they're exactly the same, but it's similar anyways. And then we've got something that you got to shoot it with, which is obviously this crossbow. This is a really cool looking, like old school medieval looking crossbow. As soon as I saw this, it reminded me of Game of Thrones and the crossbow that Joffrey uses, and he has to kind of uses that tool to load it. That's kind of what this reminds me of, and you could totally put the arrows in there too to make it look that much cooler. I don't know if I will, because I'll probably lose those arrows and step on them and get nice big splinters in my feet. But this is actual chain here, if you didn't know that. I don't think you can actually shoot anything forward, because I've been playing with this a little bit, and it doesn't do anything there. And I don't think this is loose at all, so it won't actually come forward. But I don't want it to. I don't want it to do that. That's one more thing that can break. But the level of detail on this thing is really well done. It looks wooden, looks like it has metal, and it's just, yeah, really well done. I love this look. Cool medieval looking crossbow. And then the last accessory is a second head, which is probably the head I'm going to be using, because I've been doing that with all of my gargoyles. Been giving them the white eyes, giving him the angry eyes.
I'm packing you an extra pair of shoes and your angry eyes, just in case.
As Mrs. Potato Head would say. But it looks good. He's got his mouth open, he's got the teeth, he's got the tongue in there. Really cool level of detail, the really whited out eyes. He's probably the most animated, I think, has the biggest eyes out of any of the other characters, I'd say. I got the cool pointy ears here, and then the bald head. So this is classic Lexington when he's angry. Yeah, looks really cool. So looking at the accessories, that's it. And then we will look to the actual figure itself. Here we go. This guy looks like Lexington should. I like just that little smirk he's got, the 2 teeth poking out. What a great level of detail. He looks definitely like I remember from the Gargoyles TV show. And I love the dark wash that they put on these things. You can definitely see the greens, and then the inside, like the crevices and the muscles, just more of a darker green, kind of bring out that shape of this figure. Look really, really cool. And yeah, he's got obviously the loincloth like they all have, and the belt, and it's just a really good level of detail. Obviously, you can see the musculature and everything like that, and his tail. I had to attach his tail like every other one of the figures. It's very simple, just to peg it in there, and then it is a bendy wire tail. So I guess with that, let's get to looking at some of the articulation, which this guy I found was a little bit stiff, but he does have some good articulation. Like his head moves back quite well. Look at that, moves back and forward, really, really good there. And then side to side, and then all the way around. So there's no hair on his head, obviously, so he has a lot more articulation than, say, a Goliath would with the long hair at the back, or even a beard like Hudson has. And then the arms, let's see, these arms, I was saying they go up, good, but man, it is stiff. That is definitely stiff. And then if you're going to want these wings to be shown more, you're going to have to turn the bicep and move the arms up, because you can see how they are connected to the arms and to this portion here and to the legs, because he is more of like a flying squirrel type of gargoyle, unlike the other guys that all have their own separate wings, which this guy, what's nice about that is he won't take up as much space on my shelf, which is great. So he does have double jointed elbows as well too, so he can come all the way in, can scratch his nose if he needs to. And then he's got the wrist rotation right there, and they go back that far and forward that far. And then we'll look at the ab crunch he has. Oh, these stiff arms, holy cow. I'm worried about breaking something. I don't want to break something. He's got a bit of an ab crunch, you can see with the groove there. But he moves back and forward just slightly, not a whole heck of a lot. And then there's no waist swivel that I can tell. Oh, actually, no, I take it back. There is some waist swivel, because he does move that way. But you're not going to move that much farther, because you do have the wings that stop you from moving too far. And then the legs will move out about that far. That's actually really well. Pretty good splits there. And then they move forward like that. Pretty good. and back like that. So everything is attached, his arms, his torso, and his legs. So these wings are going to hinder what kind of movement you do have with this guy. And then the knee moves back about that far. For a single jointed knee, that's pretty good actually. And then you do have these crazy feet that the gargoyles have, which makes them hard to stand, but that's what the tail's good for. So the foot goes back that far and forward about that far. And then you also have the toe articulation as well. So you can do a little bit of tippy toe and then back up there like that. So that's going to do it for his articulation, which is actually quite decent. It's just a little stiff is all. That's the only thing that's the issue right now is how stiff it is. So I will pose with him a little bit and play around and whatnot and compare it to some other of the other figures that I have in this line. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so here he is with his crossbow in hand. Looking really cool with the whited out eyes, just scary, snarling, angry Lexington. He means business. He ain't just the tech guy. This guy can fight too. But for a little bit of comparison, I thought I'd throw in two of his brothers, if you will, in this line, and two of my favorites, I'll say. Here is Brooklyn, who is the red guy, the cool guy of the group, I guess you could say. Looking really cool, definitely taller than Lexington, as he should be. Really, you can't get this guy's wings all the way in the frame because they stick out so darn far. So I can't wait to get his wings, the draped wings for this guy, because he'll fit a lot better that way. But he looks really cool. Again, similar aesthetic as all the other ones. Yeah, he looks really cool. So the other comparison I will do is this guy right here. Still probably my favorite in this line right now. Broadway, just fantastic. Love this guy. He's got big ass wings too, but he just looks so cool. He is menacing looking with this snarling face, and he fits so well with this guy as well. I love all of these guys. Again, I kind of wish I had the draped wings for this guy too, but you know what? Without them, he looks so awesome, so menacing. I gotta get all in here. Let's get all three guys in here. These are, you know, these are just some really cool characters. I love having them all. I got Hudson also. I got Goliath, and I got a few more coming for unboxing as well too. So I can't wait to get like a whole big collection that I can actually display, not just have a bunch just kind of thrown about on my shelf that it's just hard to look at. But that's gonna do it for this video. I am CountryBoy9 with an underscore in there somewhere. Go ahead and give me a like, subscribe, whatever you want. Go ahead and check me out on other platforms. I do other videos. I'm also on another channel on YouTube with my friends called Wasted Opinions. We have a blast. We just do all sorts of different stuff, pop culture, just you know it, you name it. We probably talk about it. That's gonna do it for this video. I am Country Boy, and I put the sass in sarsaparilla. And be sure to let me know what you figure.